In this film we're having a look at the new Bachmann Narrow Gauge 7mm scale models and fitting the Lenz Next18 decoder to them. So the Lenz decoder is a fully DCC NMRA compliant decoder, so it supports all the features of the DCC protocol, including long addressing, so 4-digit addresses, and programming on main, programming on a programming track, as well as other features like railcom and ABC braking. It will also support the old braking on DC, which dates back to the 1990s. So basically we'll do everything a DCC decoder needs to do. These are non-sound, so it's a running and driving decoder. So the body's really easy to get off. There are 4 screws, 2 at the front there, either side of the coupling, and 2 at the back, either side of the coupling, and they're just Phillips head screws. A reasonable size, so they're not too bad to remove. Be aware that the ends of the slide bars do go into the chassis here, so lift it off. That's very straightforward. And here's the chassis on the loco. That is the blanking plug. Keep that safe if you want to convert it back to DC. And this is the Next18 chip. Can go in both way rounds, but on this model thankfully they've put it in a way that the body won't fit on if you put it the wrong way round. So this is the correct orientation for the chip. Right, with the chip in, we can get it running. What I've noticed, this style of motor that Bachmann are using is very lightweight. It's very small, so it can be a little bit juddery under the standard motor control. But with the Lenz chips, there are actually 5 different motor control frequencies you can use. So I found that the 5th one is the best for this style of motor, and what we can do on the programming track or programming on main, which I'm just about to use now, is send an instruction to CV50 to set it to a value of 4. The factory default was 0, so this is the 5th motor control frequency that's set up on the decoder. And now we've got rid of that judder. So at different frequencies the motors can resonate, so that's why they have different settings on the decoders to allow them to adapt to lots of different models. The next feature we're going to look at is the firebox glow, and again, to adapt to lots of different models or different lighting arrangements, decoders are able to be programmed. So from the start here we've got the orange light, which can just be on function 1, and there's also a yellow lamp there on function 2. First thing I'm going to do is put them both together on function 1, and to do that we go to the function mapping CVs. It's a full set of instructions with the loco, but I'll just show you which CVs to change. So for function 1 forward is in CV35, and what I want to do is add a value of 12 in there, so that's that. So the next one is CV36, which is function 2, which we're going to put to 0, so we're going to allocate no functions to that, no outputs to that. And then CV47 is function 1 backwards. We're going to put that also to 12. So now, when I activate CV2, nothing happens. Activate CV1, they both come on. So you've got the 2 colours. What we're going to do is add some visual effects to that. So in CV62 we can add a flicker. So what I'm going to do is add a flicker to both outputs, output 1 and 2. So again, drawing from the instructions, CV62, I'm going to set to a value of 32. So that allocates one flicker to the top lamp and another flicker to the bottom lamp. And there we are. Of course, on another model those lights could be the headlights and tail lights, so again that allows quite a lot of flexibility for the decoders to do different jobs. So now we've got beautiful smooth running, and we've got the controllable firebox glow on function 1. We get the body back on. For the first part, I'm just going to slide it down. You see that the cylinder gap there is a nice way of lining it up. Here's where you have to be careful. The slide rods actually go through a hole in the footplate. So with a pair of tweezers, what you can do is guide it into that hole. So lift the loco up, turn it over and slip that back into place. Now hopefully if we can zoom in, you can see the hole from the top there. That is lined up and in that little hole on both sides. And then we can put the screws back in. So there we are. You can see the firebox glow going. And then a really nicely running locomotive, even down to very small speeds. So function 1 on that set turns on the firebox glow. Function 3, we'll put it to shunting speed. So I've set it to a steady speed and introduce shunting speed, it halves the speed. That's shunting speed off. And function 4 takes off the inertia. So I've got basic decoder inertia here. If I throttle right up, it accelerates quite quickly actually. I haven't set a high inertia on this. But if we put function 4 on, it becomes what they call direct drive. So the throttle has a direct relationship to the speed. Turn function 4 off again and do the same. We'll go all the way up. Now the loco accelerates according to the acceleration on the chip on CV3. I should quickly mention that there is a hinged firebox door in there, so you can get in and open it and close it. I think in the packet they're usually supplied with the door closed, so just be aware of that when you're looking for lights.